So the next question by Wisam Safi. Wisam, by the way, is a known friend. I've known him for many years from Dubai. I know him from Toastmasters. So it has been ages since I met him. I don't know. Last I heard he went to Japan. So I don't know. Wisam, I hope you're doing well. Wisam, nice to receive your question. So Wisam asks, as a private business owner, what advice do you give someone just starting or looking forward to stop being an employee and become his own boss? I would say that don't put all your eggs in one basket. Take it gradually, take it slowly. So if you're an employee, make sure that you work and start a business at the side. So, you get money from here, you can put a little bit, don't put everything, because if in case the business is crash and burn, you will lose your money. So make sure that you put enough money where even if it fails, you don't burn your fingers. Or even if you do burn your fingers, it's not the end of the world for you. So I would say just keep your job at the same time, start a business. I know many people who have a job and run a business at the side. I would say that work and have your spouse or someone who you deeply, deeply trust, but obviously make sure that you have all the legal, the grasp of the business or control of the business. So you have something at the side. So if in case you need cash injection, there's always there, and you keep running. The day the business starts exceeding what you earn, then that is where you slowly make the transition into being 100% into the business. That's what I would say. And this theory, this statement about being your own boss, it sounds nice in theory, being your own boss, but then again, when you run a business that is product and services, everyone is your boss. Your customers are your boss. The people who have to give money, you have to run behind them. People, banks, they become your boss. So it's not becoming your own boss. It sounds good in theory, but it's not actually the case, because especially when you're dealing with the corporate world, you still have to work and operate within the times. For me, fortunately, because I'm an online consultant, I can, bend and flex the rules because I've built a brand for myself online. Okay. Jeremy Dixon also asked this question. Hi, Loy. What is the best way to succeed when you start your own business, please? So I hope Jeremy and Wisam, this answers your question. Next question by Wisam, he says, how do you deal with days where less energy and motivation in the absence of an office? When you have a deadline set by a boss. Well, this is definitely a challenge. Like, for example, there are times when I do get lazy. There are times when motivation is less. But I'll tell you, the motivation is very simple. When your bank balance starts going low, when money starts decreasing, you get automatically motivated because you don't have money, you don't survive. So, yes, there are days where energy is bad. Like, for example, sometimes I don't feel like it. Sometimes I do feel sick. Sometimes physically, I actually feel sick. Sometimes mentally feel burnt out. But when money goes down and your back is against the wall, automatically you get motivation. But I would say your biggest challenge is not your motivation and energy. I would say the biggest challenge for a self-employed is the distractions you face on a day-to-day basis, especially when you work from home. There is the smartphone, there is the iPad, there's the internet, there are the movies. Everyone's trying to grab your attention. So that can be distracting. Even sometimes your wife or your child just call you. So that can distract you. Okay. Last question by Wisam is savings and investment advice to ensure financial security for someone in his 40s. I would say keep it simple. All these investment in stocks and shares, there's always chances that it can go zit, the company can go bankrupt. So I would just say keep it in a global bank, but not all eggs in one basket. I would say a local bank is always good, local bank of the country you belong to. So I've kept it in 2-3 different accounts. So not all eggs in one basket. And yes, it's always good to have your own home, your own land. And, investing in property in your own country is never a bad idea. So I hope this answers your question.